Guys, welcome back to our channel. Today we are in Amsterdam. We will be spending the next few days here. We're going to take you to the must-see spots, all the fun areas. So let's see what this trip brings us.
We were lucky to visit the Anne Frank Museum, Van Gogh Museum, and the Heineken Museum, and we're excited to show you what they're all about.
Hey guys, we're here in Amsterdam. It is morning time to have breakfast, and now we've set up a special surprise for the group, so we're excited to show them now. Stay tuned.
Yeah, we're going to let you Private water taxi. So as a group, we rented a private water taxi to take us from our hotel near Amsterdam Central train station to the Anne Frank House Museum. It is by Water Taxi Amsterdam, which is a relatively affordable way to get around town compared to like walking, which could take a long time, or Ubers, which driving is crazy out here in Amsterdam with all the cyclists and pedestrians. But it was amazing to view the city from this angle. A lot of people view the city from this angle. There's a lot of boats here and really worth it. I do recommend checking them out. We arrived at the museum and it was a very somber moment for all of us. The house was built in 1623 and the Frank family purchased it in 1940 for a business Otto had. In 1942, the Frank family, along with another family, had to hide there from the Nazis. They stayed there for a little over 2 years before being captured by the Nazis. No photos or video was allowed in the museum, which is understandable. The museum does contain a lot of original artifacts and the original journals. This is a must visit when going to Amsterdam. There's a lot of history here and everyone knows this story. The tickets cost about $17 USD and you must purchase them ahead of time because it does sell out daily. So go visit this beautiful museum to learn more about the Anne Frank story. The next day, we went to the Van Gogh Museum. The museum is located next to Museumplein, or in English, Museum Square. Sorry for my pronunciation. Next to the museum also is Rijksmuseum, which is also another art museum and Dutch history museum with thousands of pieces of artwork and artifacts. The museum square is a very cool area just to walk around and just to watch people and their dogs play, especially on a sunny morning like this. But the Van Gogh Museum we went to next. The museum contains over 1,000 pieces of art from Van Gogh and his friends during his time. The museum was opened in 1973. The museum was very cool to see original art pieces. It spanned 4 floors, included a cafe and many souvenir shops, which were pretty cool and had a lot of unique items, which we did buy. The artwork had plaques next to it explaining what the art was, along with that writing on the walls explaining Van Gogh's life, which is very interesting. He first lived in the Netherlands and moved to Paris for art inspiration, but never forgot the Netherlands. He was infatuated with the peasants, as you could say, or the farmers. He painted a lot of peasants and farmers during his life. He also had a lot of mental health issues, which I did not know of, which ultimately took his life in the end, unfortunately. But I would say this museum is worth seeing. It cost around 26 USD per person, and tickets are a must buy. As you can tell through this video, tickets are always a must buy ahead of time because these museums do sell out very fast. When traveling to Amsterdam, be prepared for crazy weather. This part of Europe in early March is still quite cold with rain and wind, but with the rain, the city looks gorgeous. Always remember, bring good shoes, rain jackets, and umbrellas. Walking around the city, there's a lot of traffic, not meaning cars, but bikes. In Amsterdam, there is more bikes than people, so when crossing the road, always look out for bikes. There's even dedicated bike lanes. If you don't look, you might get hit, which would ruin your day. Some other great things to do around the city is just to walk around. We love walking around small towns and big cities in Europe because you just never know what you're going to find, from crazy stores to great food options. The red light district, which is not shown in this video because video recording in that district is severely prohibited, is kind of a crazy area. It reminds me of like a Vegas, a very party scene, especially at night. As adults, definitely worth checking it out. Just a different experience, like I said. But just walking around, finding some great food options. Speaking of food options, you'll find some normal food there. Hot dogs, stroopwafels, pizzas. Stroopwafels is a must try. A stroopwafel is 2 thin waffles put together with some type of filling inside. We got a caramel, I believe, glazed filling. It was awesome. Megan did enjoy it. She said 10 out of 10, best thing she's ever tried. Some other information that is useful for when arriving to Amsterdam. You arrive at Schiphol Airport outside of Amsterdam. You do have to take the train into city center. The train cost about $6 USD. We had some issues with the train, unfortunately. The first train we got on broke down, so we had to switch to a different platform and catch a different train. A lot of stairs, no escalators, no elevators that we could find. But once we got on the train, it was a smooth ride. Not that many people. It was really nice compared to Paris. Paris is a whole different madhouse that we'll go over in our next video. But super simple process getting to Amsterdam Central train station. Amsterdam Central train station is the heartbeat of the city. Here, you'll be able to catch trains and trolleys all around the city. Along with that, trains all around Europe, which will be taking a train on Eurostar to Paris in business premiere later in this video. Along with that, there's a lot of protests that happen here. Since this is the heartbeat of the city, it captures a lot of attention, such as this protest for what's going on in Gaza, Israel, and Palestine. On our final day, we had an unexpected excursion to the Heineken Museum. This honestly shocked all of us on how awesome the museum was. For $30 USD, this museum started off with the original brewery tour, going over all the history of Heineken throughout Europe and the rest of the world. Then, it took us through a 4D simulator, showing us the life cycle of a Heineken bottle from start to finish. They recently remodeled this museum in 2022, and I can really show they put some money into this museum. After, they took us to the rooftop bar with awesome views of the whole city of Amsterdam. It also included 4 free, well not free, but included in price, Heineken beers or cocktails. They also had these delivery simulators of us delivering Heineken around Amsterdam. Real fun time. Some song was being sung in Dutch, so I don't know what it was saying, but this museum was 10 out of 10 worth it. Would recommend it. Price is good, a lot of fun. Early the next morning, we had an early train ride to Paris. We showed up to Amsterdam train station, platform 2, by 8. The nice thing about traveling within Europe is that you do not have to go through security or customs once you're in the EU. You can travel freely between the countries without ever having to do checked luggage or security like back home in the US. Like I said earlier in this video, this train station is just beautifully built. The architecture is some of the best in a train station I've ever seen, as you can tell here. Getting to platform 2 was not the easiest thing. A lot of stairs in Europe, as you can tell, and we had luggage. But once we got there, and under that canopy, it hit. We're going to Paris. The train arrived, and it's Eurostar Business Premier. I'm really excited because I've never been on a train like this before. Once on board, you do get 2 luggage included along with 1 personal item, and there's ample space for everyone's luggage. The cabin was well appointed with a 2-1 layout. Along with that, there's overhead storage too, to keep an eye on your items. And just like that, we're off to Paris. This train ride is a 4-hour train ride throughout Europe. The seats were very comfortable and were power recline. The tray table was large and could easily handle a laptop or a meal, which will be served later. As you can tell, the cabin is pretty empty heading out of Amsterdam, but as you stop through Brussels, Rotterdam, and some other smaller towns, it'll fill up very quickly. Breakfast was served, and it was unfortunately a vegetarian option. That's all they had, which is kind of disappointing, but nonetheless, it was okay. The train travels around 200 miles an hour throughout Europe. It was very smooth, seats were comfortable, cabin was quiet, had free Wi-Fi, and socket plugs to charge your devices. It costed around $173 one way, which I believe it's worth it. It's easier than going to the airport, a lot less hassle. No security, no checked bags. You're in city center right away, so all you have to do is take the metro from Paris train station and you're at your hotel. We made it to Paris, and as you can tell, it's a very busy train station, which I'll go over in the next video about Paris, and the hassle of the metro in Paris. Very crazy. Amsterdam was a beautiful city. We're for sure going to go back and spend more time there, especially in the spring and summer. All the things we've done, I would do again, to experience them again. And as always, I want to thank everyone for watching the video, and please subscribe and comment on where you want to see us go next. It really helps out a lot. I am getting better at editing videos, so thank you again for your patience. And just remember, like and subscribe. We'll see you next time.